a lot of people say, "Hey, I don't have time to do that." I don't know how you do that. I don't have time for that. But it's like if you examine, their average ordinary day life, right? And that includes all of us really. It's really just a matter of choice. You could just sit down on the couch and have some sodas with your boys, or you could just, glue yourself to your phone watching Disney Plus or, social media or whatnot. Or you could take action and do something. Or you could, carve out some time for a book, create something, learn something. So I think it really just factors down to choices, you know. Yeah. Because even those like menial things, right? Like, because we're talking about obsession. I mean, habits are essentially an obsession, aren't they?
Yeah,
Maybe not like consciously, but they are an obsession to a particular lifestyle. So I can see it in that regard.
yeah, that's 100% true. It's yeah, I mean, what you said is that you have to make the time for it. And unfortunately it's like, people who have the time to like, you know, play video games, right? Or watch like binge watch Netflix or like whatever it is. I mean, and in moderation that stuff can be fine. But in a way, like if you're doing it for so many hours, it's like, you are obsessed with that. And then you wonder why things are not going that well when you should be obsessed with this other thing that would be more beneficial. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the unfortunate thing is in today's day and age, so many of us have sacrificed ourselves at the altar of distraction. And it's like that's really tragic because I imagine throughout history, people had time to just do nothing and to just think, just kind of sit there in silence or sit there in the presence of other people. Now it's like you have to be in front of a screen, whether that's like your phone or your TV or your computer, and it's like that's how life operates. Like myself, I'm just thinking like it's been a fat minute since I just sat there alone with like a piece of paper and pen. And I usually love to write. It's been a minute, man. I've been so caught up in the distractions. And yeah, I think that's rather sad, really. I think it's antagonistic, I think, to what humans are capable of doing.
What do you mean by like antagonistic? Like what do you mean by that? Like essentially like how are you relating it?
Russell Brand says something interesting that, all these screens, anytime you pick up your phone, it is inviting the worst parts of yourself, right? Your lower self. So when you're, on your phone, what's being invited there is like your boredom, right? Mindlessness, your tiredness, your laziness, lust, anger, greed, even, people, I would even say gluttony to some extent. Like it's the worst aspects of yourself that are being called onto. And I think that's antagonistic, right? Because the seven deadly sins or, the vices, whatever it is, um, that's not conducive to a person's growth. So in that sense, I think it's antagonistic. It doesn't improve your integrity, at least in my anecdotal opinion.
Okay, that's interesting.